Okay, now that we've taken a look at a high level, just Cliff Notes version of how to attack game theory, I want to show you guys a real life executed. Everything we just walked through transpired earlier this month. So I'm going to walk you guys through it exactly. So let's go back to our initial conversation of what to do to assess a slate. So this is June 3rd. It was a Monday. It was a 3-game slate. This is especially for all you dudes out there like, dude, like the 2-gamers, the 3-gamers, they're impossible. It's like, no, they're not. Dude, how do I win at the 3-gamers? Same way you with the 15-gamers. Find leverage. Find the runs, win the slate. Like, come on, dudes. Like, stop. Like when you keep asking the same question, expecting a different answer, like that tells me like you're just being lazy or you're being stubborn. Like other dudes are grasping this and passing you. So like, let's go. Stop trying to be the smartest guy in the room. What do we see here? 3-game slate. Where's the chalk? Pretty easy to see the chalk. Normally we'd say the Phillies, but we know in a hitter's ballpark, no one's going to the Phillies. Padres have a hitter's ballpark. Our chalk is clearly the Dodgers. It's clearly the Astros. If you want to get leverage, where can you go? Chalk, leverage. Chalk, leverage. Chalk, leverage. Okay. Moving on. What do we see? Well, what happened? What happens all of the time in baseball? The chalk failed, and I guarantee when you're looking at your leverage, this was probably the last team you're looking at. Look who scored the most runs. Doubled up the field. Find the runs, win the slate. That's all baseball is. And you guys keep coming back to me like, dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, I got to look at this dude's ISO and XFib and this pitcher's Sierra, man. It's like, okay, like, keep wasting your time. Like, I'm just going to keep scooping money with all of my buddies here that are getting it. This is the mini-max from that day. This was the winning score, 185.35. This MH person won. These are all of his teams from that tournament. Look at his exposures. One chalk, 2, 3, 4. So we're looking at 20 lineups here. That's how you attack a slate like this. 80% non-chalk. Look at his winning lineup. 3 Padres, 3 Mariners. Had some Dodgers, but not on the back of the Dodgers. Who is MH? Who could it be? It's Matt! And the only reason I know this took place is this was the day after, we had our phone call the day after, and Matt's like, dude, all I did is I went to the settings on a 3-game slate, and I went to do the build, and I just made sure that I had high correlation, high ownership, and I forget what he said about his the diversity, and that's all that it did. And look what the tool put him on. You know, I don't have his full exposures here, but it doesn't matter. He told me he got a lot of Padres. And so if we go back to his breakdown and lineup study, Padres were the path to victory, virtually ignored. And that's what's so crazy. Like, this is probably a 6-game slate, or it's a 3-game slate, 6 teams to pick from. I guarantee that the Padres, for the most part, were under 10% when you only had 5 other options. Like, that's how insane it is. Like Manny always says it, like, it's not what you know. Like, learn how to play the game first. This is all we're doing, learning how to play the game. So, the guy practiced what he preaches. He won using his software, and he said, all I did was program it a certain way. I was pressed for time. I wanted to play in the minimax, and he said it's the first time he's ever won it. Funny how that happens. So for all you guys that are struggling or you want to be moving up into a tournament like the minimax, like there's tons of options out there for you. I'm trying to cover as much of it as we can. just put in the work. It's out there. Like you have a ton of people out there that are around to help you to get better, especially guys like Matt and Andy that are doing the right thing. So we'll make this one a little bit briefer because we went long on a couple others. So we'll wrap up here, and we'll tackle the percentiles next.